Hey guys, it is me, Static here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a good GFX thing like me. Now, I know in my last video it might not have looked so good, but I learned some things today. So yeah, so let's get right into the tutorial. So first off, I'm just going to tell you that you always want to make something that's like starting off with 2560 by 1440. That is also a banner size, but yeah. So first of all, before you open anything, you might just want to get a new layer, make a background color or something. I'm just going to use a dark purple. So you can make this whatever you want. But the reason why I'm coloring in the background is just so that if there's any like white detail, you don't want it to blend in with the background. So first, you already want to do is of course place your render. Now I'm just going to open my render that I made earlier. So here is what we will be using. Now this is a part 1. Tomorrow I will be making a Cinema 4D tutorial. But first, let's already start with what we'll do. So go into blending options first, and already we are going to do inner glow, not inner shadow. Make this the white, make this white, make this color dodge, or if you want, you can make it overlay, but want to make this 40 and make the choke 5. Keep the opacity at 75 just to make it look good. Make the satin multiply with an opacity of about 10. Make the angle 90. And the distance, make this 208. I can get there. Well, I'm just gonna make this 208. And then 250. So, color overlay, make this black, make this overlay. Actually, no, make this color dodge. Yes, make that color dodge. Then gradient overlay, make this about 30, and you're good. So we already have the blending options down. Now this is the second time I've tried to record this, and the last time I didn't record my voice, so I'm gonna try and get to this faster. So let's already start with the fact that we will rasterize. Actually, no. First of all, yeah. So we'll rasterize this layer style by right-clicking, and then we will we will right-click this again, go into blending options, go into another inner glow, make this white, make this color dodge again, make the size about 21, and the choke being 2. So you're already going to see that it already is starting to look okay. Once again, just rasterize this, and there. So that might have seemed like a lot, but it's actually not. So first what you want to do, press Ctrl J and copy this, go into filter gallery, and you want to enable plastic wrap and glowing edges. Now you might only be able to do one, but what you want to do is you want to click this, and then you can add another layer. So get a plastic wrap and a glowing edge. So first of all, the settings for plastic wrap, make it a 9, an 8, and a 5. You can pause here to see highlight strength is 9, detail is 8, and smoothness is 5. For glowing edges, that is edge width 4, edge brightness 5, and smoothness 2. So what you want to do is make this an overlay if it has a darks theme setting, but you can do this if it's like, okay, so like let's say you're doing a banner and you want the theme to be very dark and it's nighttime, keep this as an overlay. But if it's a light setting, just keep it as color dodge. I will keep it at that. Now, what you want to do is get a new eraser, make the opacity about 75, and just erase what you don't want. So you can keep it on things like swords and stuff, but don't have to keep it everywhere. So just going to erase it in the places that we don't really need it, just so that it doesn't look really weird in the end. So now that you have this, right click, merge them, and now make a new layer, hold Alt, and then do that. It sandwiches it together just so that it will work. So now what you want to do, get the color white, and now make this the opacity of 60 over here on the bottom right. Make this overlay, and make this about 75. So it may not look like there's a big change in like what's happening, but you can see right here, it does get lighter. So you can add this where you want. I'm just going to keep it on this side because this is where I want the light to be coming from. Now what you do is Control J this, but this thing will happen right here. If you don't want that, hold Alt, click down on it again, and now it is all part of this. Merge these layers and do the same thing. Alt this one down, and then get the color black this time. Do the same thing like the other one. Make the opacity 61 or 60. I'm sorry if I'm going fast, but you might have to slow down the video just a bit. Make this an overlay. You can change the size of the brush again. And so just go around the part that you don't want the light coming from. So, like just over here, I don't want anything coming over here. So, we're just going to Control J that again. Bring this down by alting it. And over here, if it's too dark and you don't want something, just get the eraser. Ooh, it's not what I wanted. There we go. So then you could just erase what you don't really want. But I might not erase that much because, you know, it's just... So, once you've erased what you don't want, merge these layers again. And here we're going to go with another thing. So, here, so here we have a yellow sword and a white sword. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brush, make the fill about 20% on this layer. There we go. Make the opacity 75, and I'm just going to go over it. You might want to change the brush size so that it just fits it perfectly. And so yeah, I'm just going to do that for right here. Actually, that's a bit yellow. There we go. That right there. Okay, so now that you have this is just going to be sword glow. Keep that in mind for later. So now, right here, just name this render or something, and this can just be, I don't know, let's just name this background. So now that you have your background and stuff, I'm going to teach you the most important part of this lesson, which is lines. Now, this is the part that I was trying to do, but, you know, of course. So, let's just already start off. You want to get a new layer, and I will show you how to make this line tool. So first, go into your brushes, make a new layer, of course. You might want to click on this, and then you see this pencil-looking thing underneath the first option. This is in CS6, so if y'all are wondering where that is, just look for something with like it says round point stick. That's what you're looking for. Now, if you are using a 4K render, use about 10 pixels, but if you are using a 1080 thing, use about 3 pixels to 5. But if you want to even that out, just make it 4. I already have a preset. Now, if you don't want to keep doing this each time, when you make it, hit this button right here, which says create a new preset. Just want to click that and it'll always be at the bottom for you. So, now what you want to do is go into here, this button right on the edge, and then transfer. Keep nothing here on anything, just make this pen pressure. Then once you have that, all you want to do is get out your pen tool, and let's start. So first of all, I'm going to teach you about how you select with color. You just press over here, and then you've chosen your color that you want your pen to be. So what you do here is you just click 2 lines, or you make 2 paths or whatever, and then once you're done, you hit stroke path. Make sure this is on brush, and make sure it is on stimulate pressure. And now you see that you have a little glowing line right here. So you just delete path once you're done with it. So remember, you right click once you've made it, stroke path, OK, and delete path. It's as simple as that for making these glowing lines that seem so difficult. See, I used to try this just doing it regularly with like a paintbrush, but it did not look good because I didn't know how people did it. So once you've added all the glowing lines you want, I'm going to give you a tip on it. So wherever you want the light coming from is where you want the most glowing lines to be. Now, you don't want to add too many, otherwise it will not look very good. That is just from experience. That is not what I and I will delete. Okay, so you can add things in other places. So I'm going to add one like right here, and I'm going to show you how you curve these. So what you do is you make a selection, except you don't let go of the second one. What you do here is you just make the shape right so that it can fit your liking. So like right over here, you could just make this that, and see, something happened with my render where this part like right here is just like really curved, but it's okay. Now you can also curve this end too, I believe. Oh goodness. Well, not gonna do that just because. So right click and stroke path, of course, delete path. So yeah, there are many other places you could do this, like on the ends of swords. What you do is you click the end of the sword and you just do the same thing. It's very simple when you think about it, and yeah. So here's another tip that I'm going to tell you. For things like this spider over here, he is very close to this gold sword. So what we're going to have is his arm is going to be glowing because he is so close to it. And you can do this with anything, but if you would just have random lines in places that don't look like there's any light, then you might want to change that. But of course you can always change that by just deleting it. So, oh whoops, accidentally pressed that. And stroke path, delete. Cool. So, and also things like right here, if there's still things that have like no light pointed to them, you could just still add a little glow to them, just so that, like, this is the closest light that is to this staff over here. So you could just do that. If there's anything else you want to add, then just, of course, do the same thing, blah, 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 and delete path. So you've already gotten some of your lines down. So you can already see what we're going into. Now you can keep adding more lines. Typically, you want to add it on places that would make sense, like right here on the edge of his elbow. You would just want to do that, and then do that there. So stroke path, and then delete. So I'm going to show you how to do the mouth soon, but you can also do it on places that are like just creased, just to give it that look of last second shadowing. But yeah, now you can add many other things. Now things like this don't have to be color coordinated. They can just, you know, they could just be white on a blue. But typically you just want to have it look color coordinated, just so that it can look, so that both colors can complement each other, just so that it doesn't look strange and out of the blue. So also, here's another thing. On things that are not glowing, you can still give it that little glowing thing, even when it's not glowing. So like over here, these diamond swords, even though I did not give them a glow effect, they are the brightest thing on this page, or on this thing. So we're just going to curve this around the bow, just so that it gives that look of realisticness. Stroke path, and done. So you also don't have to add this on things that cannot reflect. Things like this and anything else that can't reflect, like wood, that doesn't matter, just because, you know, first off, it's Minecraft graphics, and two, it's Minecraft graphics. So yeah, once you've added all your glows and lines that you wanted, I'm not going to add many more, but this is just one that's bothering me. I need to add this one. Stroke path, and delete. So once again, you can always make the thing thicker than it is by just making a new brush and doing whatever. Now here's for the little face thing. Not many people know how to do this, but I'm going to teach you how. So first of all, just go back to your brush tool, make this your regular brush that you would use, and just do the same thing you would do for all eyes, except this time, just, I don't know, just do whatever you want. So I am going to put 3 of these, and there we go. So we already have these sparkling eyes. Now, you don't want to keep it on any percent lower than 100. Now, you also want to make sure it just fits in the eye. So don't make it like bulge out of the eye. Now, here's the part that no one really knows. First of all, just go right here and get your pen tool out. Actually, no. You need to get your brush back to the little pen tool thing. So now once you're here, you're all good. And go to your pen tool. Now, what you do is do your little thing, except this time, stretch it in a way like this. Then click again, except make it look something like this. So once you have this, you right click this, make it a selection, change nothing, and just go back to your regular brush and make it whatever size, color it in black. And here's another thing. Going back to your brush, go down to the selection that you want, make your color white, and then go to your pen tool. You can get off of that now. And then go back to your pen tool. Get the sides of your mouth again, except this time, make it the same size or shape as your other, or as that side. And then, stroke path, delete path. This may not look very proper right now, but actually, this is what it turned out to be. So, this is the tutorial on how to make good, or so-called good graphics. This is what I would call good or decent. But yeah, so if you guys did enjoy, make sure to drop a like down below. There will be a part 2 tomorrow on the Cinema 4D. But yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, and yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. See ya! Ha, you thought. So here's just a little tip I was going to give you before you left. Here's the thing. In Cinema 4D, when you're making a render, you might want to fill up as much space as possible. So like wrapping bows around their thighs or something, adding multiple swords, just like that, adding mobs on their back. So yeah, just a little tip before you go. So yeah, that was all I had to say. See ya!